little dreamer. Tonight's bedtime story is called The Forest of First Wishes. So get comfy, cuddle down, close your eyes, and I'll begin. One quiet night, when the stars were whispering softly and the moon hung low in the sky, two little hearts stirred with something different. Far away in a cozy cave nestled under ivy vines, Rory Bear blinked awake. His green fur was warm from sleep, but something tugged gently in his chest, like a whisper he couldn't hear with his ears, only feel. At the very same time, in a glade ringed with silver trees, Sparkle the unicorn opened her eyes. A shimmer of light drifted just outside her window, glowing gently like a floating firefly. She tilted her head. Something was calling her. Both friends stepped out into the night. In front of each of them floated a tiny glowing light, soft and golden, like a wish made real. And slowly, without knowing why, they began to follow. The forest they entered shimmered with quiet magic. Leaves sparkled with dew. The air smelled of lavender and moss, and petals drifted like feathers on the breeze. Rory Bear walked carefully beneath the trees, his paw steps muffled by moss. His wishlight hovered just ahead, leading the way. Sparkle, the unicorn, trotted softly through wildflower meadows, her mane catching the moonlight in pastel streaks. Her light flickered playfully, like it was giggling with joy. All around them, other wishlights bobbed and drifted through the air, some fast, some slow, some twirling like dancers in a dream. The forest felt alive and kind. As they wandered, the forest offered little surprises. Rory came across a hedgehog curled beneath a fern, softly humming lullabies to a fallen star. The hedgehog blinked up and smiled. "Keep going, little bear," he said. "The forest remembers your wish." Sparkle met a glowing moth who circled her horn and landed gently on her nose. "You're close," whispered the moth. "Don't be afraid to follow the light." Their hearts beat a little faster, not from fear, but from something new, something warm. But soon, the paths became twisty, and the glow of the lights dimmed in places. Rory hesitated at a fork in the path. Sparkle paused beside a murmuring stream. What if they were going the wrong way? Then their wishlights pulsed gently, like tiny heartbeats. Rory closed his eyes and remembered what he had whispered once, when no one could hear. "I wish I had a friend who saw me, a friend who stayed." Sparkle remembered her own quiet wish. "I wish someone was out there who understood." The lights brightened. They kept going. At last, both paths led into a clearing so quiet it felt like the stars were holding their breath. A pale mist hung in the air, and at its center, a circle of glowing grass. Rory stepped into the clearing from one side. Sparkle stepped in from the other. They stopped, saw each other. A green bear with wide eyes, a unicorn with a mane like morning rainbows. The wishlights above them drifted upward, and slowly, gently, twined together into one warm glow. Neither spoke. They didn't need to. Their wishes had found one another. Just then, a tiny flicker of light caught their eyes. On the ground nearby was a fading wishlight, barely glowing, its sparkle nearly gone. Rory and Sparkle knelt beside it. "It's still trying," whispered Sparkle. "It just needs help," Rory murmured. They cupped it gently between paw and hoof. The light flickered once, twice, then began to glow again, steady and warm. Together, they carried it to a nest of moss and petals at the base of a glowing tree, a resting place for dreams still growing. Some wishes, they learned, just need a little care. Later, they lay side by side on a patch of soft moss, gazing up at the stars. They didn't talk much, just enough. Sparkle told Rory about the lonely nights she'd spent staring at the moon. Rory told her about his cave full of books and drawings, and how he used to wish someone would join him in the quiet. They looked at each other and smiled as the sky began to pale with morning light. The forest shimmered one final time. Wishlights rose gently into the dawn, lighting a new path ahead. Rory Bear and Sparkle the unicorn stood side by side, their shapes outlined by the rising sun. They didn't know where the path would lead, only that they would walk it together. And that felt like the very best kind of wish. Now it's time to get some sleep and dream of some magical adventures of your own. Sweet dreams from Dreamer Friends Studio.